Hello everybody and welcome to the Current Racing League. We are here today for Tier 2 Round 11, the penultimate round at Imola, and I'm joined today by Glowstick, or Jack.
Good evening.
So yeah, 2 rounds to go, championship very much to play. 4 drivers mathematically still in contention, but the main 2 we're looking at, both German drivers, Strange in the Red Bull, you can see it top of the screen there, and then Taupe in the Alfa Romeo. 18 points separating those 2 drivers at the moment. We'll see how that comes down. Strange can win the championship today if he has a good result and Taupe has a bad one, but also it is possible that Taupe will be able to take the championship lead himself going into the final, which I cannot even remember what track that is at, so I ought to check that now. Do you know?
What?
Where are we racing next week?
Oh, Brazil. So
Okay. An Interlagos final. As a Kimi fan, I'm a happy boy. So,
yes.
So,
As a Mazda fan, I am very happy. Actually, no, I'm not, because he didn't even win the championship.
Is that Glock slowing? Yeah.
Is that Glock?
Anyway, yeah, race should be starting, well, qualifying site should be starting fairly soon. Still waiting on a few drivers. I think we have 18 today. It might be there's been a few last minute reserves that I haven't seen. But yeah, either way, it's Tier 2, you can't go wrong. There's a championship to play for, and the Imola Grand Prix being in F1 for a long time, in and out, come back in the last few years, hosted some very good racing. There's been some rain here in the past, no idea what season it was, but I remember I was commentating a race here, would have been about season 6, maybe 7, and it was a heavy rainy race, and the driver that won in the post-race interview told me that he was using me as his strategist for when to pit for inters or wets. So, no idea how that happened, because I have not raced almost ever in F1 games. I'm very much a beginner when it comes to strategy in these games. But guess it worked out for him that time, or he got very lucky. Nonetheless.
This is the thing. If you see, it's like quite smart though, isn't it? Because it's like, if you don't know what to do for strategy, if you listen to like a commentator, they say, oh, here we go on board with such and such, maybe they should be coming into the pits maybe for a set of mediums or softs or something. Or
yeah, well, whenever I race in other games, I'll always have the stream up so I can kind of watch other cars, see what their tyre wear's like, how their fuel's doing, which you can't always get with the game I play. So just got to get every advantage that you can.
You can kind of see like, oh, this person and this person's battling this person's pit onto this tyre or something. It's like an engineer, but not really.
Yeah.
It's just commentators doing commentating.
But yeah, no. I mean, are we going to start soon?
We're waiting for Farrell.
Right, we are. Farrell. Victor saying he won't make it in time. Possible he will make it kind of after, like he'll miss quali and be there for the race. But
okay. Maybe he'll have to get in quick then. That's the thing.
We'll find out. But by the way, the important thing, Taupe and Stranger here, the championship fight is very much on. 18 points, as I said. 18 points. What's that? The equivalent of? I think that's P4 plus fastest lap. Would be exactly 18 points. Here we go. Yeah, drivers readying up now. I think Farrell to come later, possibly Victor, though that one seems less likely. So looking like we'll only be racing with 16 today. Which is interesting because Imola is usually a fairly liked track.
Yeah, I guess so.
Although I think Tier 2 doesn't race based on the track, they just enjoy the race. Here we go, loading in now. Nathan giving a good luck all. Mostly probably aimed at the drivers, not at us.
Yeah. Will there be rain?
Will there be rain? Yeah.
3 and in Tier 4. I can't remember in Tier 5 if there was rain or not, but there was rain in either the quali or the race for Tier 4 and Tier 3.
Right, let's see. We'll quali first up. That is a dry quali.
But is it a wet race? That's the thing. If it's a wet race, then it can shake things up and down the grid a lot.
Oh yeah, certainly. Strange is typing something in the chat, so possibility to say rain on the race. We will see shortly what he has to say. So as of yet, no drivers. Oh no, actually Kryko going out on tracks shortly. Right, Strange has said possible rain in race. That is some good news. That will shake things up. Here we go, Kryko leaving his pit box. He'll be the man to lead us around the track. Kryko hasn't had particularly good consistency through this season, but very much a man who has some good pace. P6 in the championship, coming off the back of a P2 last week. Another one of Tier 2's German drivers.
But yeah, coming through turns 5 and 6. Obviously not starting his lap yet, but
yeah, I do find it interesting that what do they call the Imola Grand Prix nowadays? Like the Emilia
Emilia Romagna.
Yeah. Kind of surprised, being F1 quite a historic sport, they didn't go with a historic name of the San Marino Grand Prix.
Yeah, they used to call it San Marino. I think they always called it Imola though. I think.
Oh yeah, the track's called Imola, but the Grand Prix was called the San Marino Grand Prix. I don't know if that's related to Senna and who's the other one? I should remember this. Yeah, Senna's incident here or not. Here we go, coming towards the final 2 corners to start his lap. I will let you take it away, give us an enthusiastic guide here.
Yeah, as he's coming through this final corner. And now this little right-hander here could technically counted as turn 1. Now coming up to Tamburello, turns 2, 3 and 4. He looks really good here at the moment, as he's coming up to Variante Villeneuve, turns 5 and 6. Sector 1 split is at 23.8 as he's coming through turn 7. Tosa, Hamilton had an incident here back in 2021 where he went straight on into the wall. As now he's coming through turn 9. Piratella, now turn 10. Now turn 11, the famous Aqua Minerale.
Ooh.
Now turn 12 as he's gone a little bit deep. Turn 13, not invalidated low. As now we're coming up to the Variante Alpa, very difficult chicane here. Saw Charles Leclerc here at Bennett last year, I think that was. Coming up to turn 16 now, and now turn 17 and 18 of Vavassa. Coming out of turn 18. And now the final corner, turn 19 up to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 15.2 for Kryko. Could probably improve that.
Well, yeah, we saw it went wide, lost a bit of time. I don't imagine the stewards would be too worried about that one, just because of how much time he would have lost by going over the curb there. Immediately Tope, there we go, one of our championship boys, 18 points shy of his championship rival, setting a 14.3. It's 14.4. Let's see who else is out on the track. T-Griff soon to get to the line, setting a 15.1, beating his teammate, not by a massive amount given the mistake we saw from his teammate. Tilano, the next one. 15.1 from him. Right, here we go.
Did I see an incident from somewhere there? I thought I said someone spin for a second there, so it must be nothing.
Don't know, but Hobbsy P4 in the championship mathematically, there we go, a 14.6. He is one of the 4 drivers still in the title shot, but this man could win both races and would still need Strange to get 6 points or less to even stand a chance of winning on countback. Realistically speaking, out of the championship, mathematically speaking, the slimmest of hopes, but does not seem too likely.
Yep, this legend is coming up to the line. What's it going to be for him? P4 getting ahead of Tigris by a tenth.
Yeah, looking good. Steiny next man. Steiny 15-1, a bit on the slower side. How about Strange? Our championship leader, the man who can win at the championship today in this penultimate round. What has he got in that car? What's he able to do?
Yeah, because Seymour was about in his lap, but he invalidated. Which is quite unfortunate for the Williams driver.
There we go, purple,
go
middle.
On board with Strange over here. Purple in the second sector.
Yeah, Strange. I mean, he's gone from strength to strength this season. Proved he knows what he's doing. I guess we're about to see raw pace-wise. Quali hasn't really been his strength this season, I will admit, but it's just come the race. He usually qualifies in the top 5, and you always just find him getting near the top. There we go, P3 for the moment, a couple tenths back off his main rival.
But you were going to say he comes Strange by Stranger, but Strength by Strength, that's another. Maybe he should rename himself to Euro Strength, but yeah. Angry, I think, is next.
Yeah, up
P6.
to P15. Sorry, up to P6, so 15-0 for the Alpine. Tango is on a slow one. Jet just starting his lap. Will follow him for the majority of his lap. I think the rest of them all on in laps or out laps. Struggling, I think, pushing the curbs too hard there. I think lost a bit of time going deep. Didn't quite have optimal irons. There we go. Seems better as Tango. Yeah, 21.9 as expected. Man was backing off a little bit. Slow AlphaTauri down to turn 1, and ooh, Jet has backed off his lap somewhere.
Yeah, I think he made a couple bits of mistakes in the first sector, going a bit deep in turn 1, just getting a bit caught on the curb on the road corner. But yep, probably just charging up his barrier, and he'll go for now another one. Yep.
Yeah, Jet, the man who won on track. We had him in for podium interview and then post race. I can't remember if he got 6 or 9 seconds of penalties, but either way, the man went from having 30 points to about 4. But he enjoyed the race, and certainly seemed to be a happy boy after that one. So yeah, we'll go on board with Jet. Who is our... We've obviously got Strange and Taupe fighting top 2. Oh, it's Tango. Tango is our P3 in the championship currently. Him and Hobbsy, the two who are a long way back from the lead, but still in with a shout. With a lot of luck on their side. Maybe a bit of rain. The right rain dance may help them.
Yep, maybe, but I'm watching Hargreaves at the moment. He's coming through turn 16 now, and now coming up to Ravasa. Going a bit deep there, and he's backed off. He's going into the pit lane.
His second sector split seemed to be about a second slower than he'd want, and I think he just decided, I'm not going to get anywhere with this. I'll be lucky to get P11. I'll back off for now. Everyone else is going to improve over time. I can improve with a later qualifying run.
Yep, Wheatsy is another one who's backed off his lap, but he's saved up enough battery to go for another, as he's coming up to Tamburello.
Yeah, Jet, a 14-0, wow. Very nice lap from him.
Where did that come from, Jet?
I need an extra outlap as well, I guess. More tyre warm-up worked for him. Waitsy, a mistake there, not getting the apex quite right. Still green, but of course his green is not the strongest lap in the world. And well, it's the weakest lap on track. Has he got enough fuel for this in an in-lap?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even think he might come into the end of this lap because I don't know if he's got enough fuel.
Let's see his sector split. 49.7. That is on the slower side, but not that slow. Although it has shown 2 purple mid sectors, so maybe I'm wrong there. So across the line, I think that was Demort's up into P6, a 14.7 from the Williams. And here we go, Waitsy, 14.8. Not too bad from him.
Yep, maybe a couple attempts to find in that lap. But anyone else on the lap?
Well, yeah, quite a few of them. I was just seeing Taupe, but Taupe has aborted his lap. Gonna need to try and get his ERS back. Not sure what he's doing actually. Letting through a driver behind him. Oh, hello. Pick a side, any side.
Second.
Yeah, the Haas man improving by an entire second. Steiny into the pits. What about Legend? He's shown some pace in the past. A lot of drivers coming in. It's rare to see actually 3 drivers to set the fastest lap on 2 lap old softs. A bit of a rarity, but here we go. 14.6 from Legend. I think going to be relatively happy with that. Is Strange on a lap? Strange isn't a lap. Strange is 2/10 green on a lap. Those
as I've just noticed, a certain Irishman has joined the lobby, that being Farrell. You've made it.
Ah, that's good then. I think he must have been in there for a while because we've had 17 drivers for quite a while. Just didn't pick out his name, but he is now out on track. Here we go, Strange to the line, and then we'll hop on board. P3, he does. He gets himself onto the second row provisionally alongside his championship rival here.
I'm still on board with Farrell as he's coming through Aqua Minerale. Don't know if he's had time to practice. So it's a slow second sector. 50.6 dead. As he just went through very empty Alto there. And now he's coming up to turn 16 and 17 and 18 of Ravassa.
I think going to be lucky to be faster than Tango here, given his middle sector split. Might squeeze himself as high as 11th, but yeah, there we go. P15. How about Greaves?
Well.
Behind Hargreaves. P8. Somehow on laps that were 0 laps odd. Impressive. Very much a talent there.
Yeah, very impressive.
Tango, bear in mind the man P3 in the championship, saying in the chat, Stevie Wonder could challenge me here. So, interesting one there, but
yeah,
given your current lap time, it seems that Farrell is slower than Stevie Wonder.
Interesting.
So Tigrev, no improvement from the first 2 sectors, but I think he's going to have some time to find in the last one. The leaders were only really a few tenths faster there, so most of this is going to be these last 2 corners. Turns in a little bit early though, loses some time, can't get on the throttle as early, and again there on the throttle too late. Seems a bit impatient with his lap. Let's see what he does though. He does improve, not by a huge amount, but up to P12 for him. Points are in the race though. Yeah, doesn't matter how bad you do in qualifying, it is the race that matters most.
Interestingly enough, Nosey still hasn't set a time.
I was looking at that one.
Not too sure why, but just haven't set the time yet.
Yeah. We will see how he does. Ferrari always going to support them. And actually, Hobbsy in a Ferrari I support even more. But Nolsey P16 in the championship. Of course, most people low down in the championship. A win is going to rocket them up great many places at this point. We've got a few drivers who have just been dominating this season. Like you look at Strange, and he's got more than twice as many points as the driver in P6. After just
Crazy,
10 rounds, the consistency, the speed these front guys have shown.
Yep. As Waitsy is about to start his lap. Gone out early, but I think he just doesn't want traffic, which is fair enough.
Yeah, how long have we got? 2 minute 50 left. I think if he really pushes his in lap, he's got time for this. Oh no, not this, an in lap, an out lap, and then start again. So yeah, this is his last chance.
Yep.
Less track evolution for him then. Helping the others out a little bit. Going out so early though. 2/10 found in the first sector. 2/10 puts him about P6. Actually maybe near a P8. We've just got 2 more sectors to find even more time. As McLaren comes through here. No mistakes so far. It does feel a very fast lap. Perhaps. There we go, purple. 1/4 of a second green for him now. Time is green is now enough for P6, but that jump between 6th and 5th is over an entire 10th, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in racing terms that is a marathon and a half. A bit of a wobble on the exit of the last corner, but here we go now down towards the line. He sets 15.6 and he's only up to P7, not P6 he was possibly hoping for. That wobble did cost him in the end. He might have time for a cool down and another push lap, but his tyres going to be past their prime by that point. Nolsey retiring in the pit lane. I wonder if that's a quali ban, so I didn't even think to check about that. Delano, small improvement.
Yeah, I'm watching Delano at the moment. He's coming through Peter Tellen now, turn 9.
Yeah, a fair bit of traffic ahead of him, all being respectful so far.
Yeah, hopefully these drivers get out of the way.
Yep, there we go. Is that...
nice,
I think that might be Taupe and Strange right next to each other here. He's going in a little deep there. They're very slow on the throttle. We're going to lose time down the whole straight because of it. As much as these drivers are staying out of the way, oh, never mind. I was going to say, as much as they're staying out of the way,
that was
they are still a distraction. But yeah, Hargreaves, I suspect that one will be reported. Delano into the pits, not going to be happy. Greaves is going to pick up some grassy tyres from that one. As Delano retires from the session. Strange just starting his lap. We will stay on board with that man. A few more Waitsy retirement from the session, so those 3 drivers that retired so far locked in place. We've got a Haas coming to the line. I think that's just someone starting their last flying lap. So 3 seconds on the clock. Any drivers that finish now, this will be the last and final one. And first up, we've got the Alpine of Pan. Watching him in the bottom corner come to the line. Let's see, P13. No, he's gone to the pits. Okay, then it'll be Ids. Ids up to P2. Very nice from the Dutchman. 14.23 thousandths clear of Kryko. I think he'll be happy with that one. Mercedes next. Is it Tango? Is it Jed? It is Tango. Tango 14.5, significantly moving up the order, doing more than enough to give Stevie Wonder a challenge. Hobbsy into the pits. Williams' car coming next. I think it'll be Legend. It is D-Morts. D-Morts at 14.3 is Jet. My goodness, what a lap. A 13.7. That is half a second clear of anybody else. Strange at 14.2, but that is not enough to catch up that man up front. Taupe is invalidated somewhere, so he's not able to improve. Kryko then, what can Kryko do? Can he respond to Jet? Can he get himself back onto the front row? He can. A 14.0, though only just. Kryko up into P2. His teammate, only 3 thousandths of improvement, not enough to move up the order. But what a amazing lap by Jet. That man means business. Payback for Japan.
Yeah.
But
Jet must have a jet engine strapped underneath this car.
Yeah, I mean, that is hugely fast compared to the rest of the field. But here we go, front row Jet and Kryko. Championship leader Strange starting P3 alongside Ids. Tope just behind his main championship rival in P5, then D-Morts, Tango, Legend, Greaves and Hobbsy finishing out the top 10. Waitsy, Delano, 11-12, then T-Griff, Pan, Steiny, Farrell and Nolsey not setting a lap, finishing off the order.
Yep, this should be an interesting race, especially with mentions of rain, possibly.
Okay, Imola is Jet's favourite track, and he has said he lost a tenth in the middle sector. This is the man who is 3/10 clear of everybody else and 5/10 here clear of everyone else, but the man who finished P2. He apparently lost a tenth somewhere, so this could very well be a win for Jet. Depends how the rain interrupts that, depends how the safety cars interrupt that, and it depends how much the other drivers want to interrupt that. Yeah, looking a little bit cloudy. The fans cheering all the cars sitting in the garage. The NPC behaviour very much on show.
Yep, we had to talk about this, didn't we?
And actually,
we had to talk about this.
It comes up all the time, doesn't it? Imola didn't happen this year, did it?
No, it didn't happen in real life, unfortunately, due to the flooding.
Yeah.
I think we did do a 100% race for that, though, to try and raise money for the Imola flooding, which is a very nice gesture.
Yeah, I think CRL got together a few other leagues. I believe it was streamed on the CRL channel.
Yes, I think it
and
was.
I cannot remember for certain. Yeah.
I know it was Robin AFL commentating, as we have 5 red lights.
Long hold, but here we go, away they go, starting off the race now. What tyres we got everybody on? Jet starting from pole on the hard tyres. Already people looking for moves. That's Strange on the inside. He's gaining ground on Kryko, trying to stick his nose alongside. Oh no, actually he isn't in the end. Jet holds on to P1. There's a bit of chopping and changing. Tope up to P4 from P5. They didn't really catch that one. That overtake not yet complete. Does have to shuffle in behind though, not getting it. Successfully defended in the end. Kryko giving a hard time to Jet here. There he is, Jet on the hard tyres. There's only so much you can do at the start. A little bit of wheel banging going on down the straight there, right on the tail of the Haas is that Mercedes. Now in the thread a little bit from behind. That's a yellow further down, and that is Pan who's had a spin. Steiny also losing quite a bit of time there to the back of the pack. Delano as well. That's 3 of them. That'll just be the curb unsettling him there as they all come flying through this chicane. That Haas there, is that T-Griff taking a very nice line? Is that enough to catch him up to the back of the car ahead? No, it is not. But what about Tango up ahead? Tango side by side with D-Morts through the final 2 corners. He's got the inside line. Both drivers on hard tyres. A little bit of a moment there for Tango. A little bit of a moment there for Hobbsy. Though Hobbsy is challenging D-Morts for P7. Hobbsy opting to start on the medium tyres. Farrell starting on the softs. Interestingly there.
Yeah, that was Tope and Strange going side by side here. It's trying to get involved as well. Coming up to Variante Villeneuve as Strange stays ahead for now. But Nolsey and Farrell as well fighting. Nolsey getting past the Aston Martin. As I say, like, it goes wide and Farrell is back ahead for now. Is there...
Ooh.
Farrell on the...
Yeah, he's going to have it on the traction there.
Past.
As speaking of tyres, Kryko at the front on the mediums has now pulled the gap of 1.4 seconds. You can see that gap still building. Tope is going to want to try and get past these 2 drivers as fast as he can, make the most of his mediums. He wants the best result he can here for his championship hopes. And that, yes, I'm going to keep mentioning that again and again and again.
But I was gonna say, on the starting lap, the difference in grip between Jet and Kryko, like, Kryko got so much grip coming out of turn 6, it was incredible. He was basically alongside, almost overtook him before the corner, and then just the exit in turn 7 done it, and that's how Kryko got the lead Off a
Here
jet.
we go. Wait, see on the back of Greaves and actually himself, T-Griff getting involved. Here we go. Nothing happening just yet. The McLaren though still on the hunt for a move. You can see up ahead a little bit of battling going on, but here we go. The McLaren, he's got his nose alongside and nearly contact there, but look at, oh no, there is contact.
Oh, there is contact.
And there's a DNF. That is both drivers out of this race. Waitsy and Greaves, DNF, both losing a tyre there in that one. And that's a VSC for two cars
That's
having a
only
massive.
virtual.
There was a car carcass in the middle of the road there. You know what, Codemasters do Codemasters, but I'm sure the Marshal's going to be scared of doing that one in the VSC. So an early VSC, is anybody going to pit under these conditions? Farrell might be one who's tempted to pit on those softs. Unlikely the medium runners, I think.
Yeah, I think it's too early for pit for anyone, to be fair. But I don't know if you know.
Ooh, Taupe.
Oh, Taupe.
Taupe's in P8. That
Yeah,
man was in
that's
P.
what I was gonna mention. Taupe lost a couple positions after he had a little excursion in turns 2, 3, and 4 as Tamburello. But yeah, he's lost a couple positions just going deep.
Yeah, I'd missed that one as Farrell. Yeah, as I expected, did come into the pits. He'll be sticking on a set of hards most likely. And potentially a new front wing, because I think he might have been involved with something. Picked him up some light damage. VSC is still here. DRS though enabled as we go back racing. Farrell onto the mediums, and look at Hobbs being an opportunistic man. VSC restart, and he got the jump perfectly on Imola up into P6 for him. A very smart play by the Ferrari driver.
Yep, and I think it is also looking to try and maybe get past Strange, making use of the medium tyres as much as we can. As there is now a bit of a gap. There's a 1 second gap between Strange and Jet. This is very interesting.
No DRS to protect Strange from behind. Of course, drivers are all going to have a bit of VRS now. Had time to recharge it under the VSC. The gap currently 6/10 coming into these last two corners. Let's see how Ids manages to take them. Has he got a faster exit? He does not have a faster exit, but he does have DRS, which the car ahead doesn't, choosing to burn ERS, as is Strange ahead of him. That gap closing now was 6.5 coming down to 3/10, 2/10, 1.5, and he's alongside, sticking his nose up the inside, and that is a little bit more than the nose up the inside. That is taking out a man fighting for the championship, and that is Strange all the way down to P11. Luckily, I don't think any damage got there. His tyre's not going to be best pleased. He is not going to be best pleased. At the moment, no luck for our two boys fighting for a championship. Seem to be struggling.
Yep, but that was very silly from it, in my opinion. I think he should have backed out.
There's Tango already.
Oh.
And actually, Jet is closing in on Kryko, meanwhile Tango's losing. But I think Jet is a man on a mission. He's within DRS range. He, on those hard tyres, is catching up here. Actually messed that corner entry up a little bit, but still, I believe, soon enough to pick up DRS. And yes, he does. Jet is just fighting for the lead here, it seems, on these tyres. I mean, obviously not battling just yet, but not letting his tyres hold him back. He'll jump back though to the Hobbsy Tango, as Hobbsy does get past Tango nice and early here. So early, in fact, I managed to miss the overtake going on.
But yeah, I think the mediums are starting to die out a little bit while the hards are coming into play, as Pangry has gone past Steiny for P13. Lucky for some.
Yeah, but it does seem too early though. I mean, we're on lap 6 now, so five and a half laps done on the medium tyres. Some of that under VSC. Maybe the tyres have cooled down a little bit, but you'd still expect the mediums to be in their operating window, maybe past their complete optimal, but certainly faster than the hards. And yet here Jet is giving them his all, and managing to close that gap down to Kryko.
The difference between Kryko and Jet is Kryko has plenty of ERS to use. Jet's only on, what, like 48 that is? And
Yeah, it's about
Kryko's
30.
on 70, 78. As he is burning now, a little bit, Kryko.
About a 30% difference there. But we're going to hop on board down to this battle for P6 Taupe on the back of Ids here. And I think he's going to make that corner very nice and early. Perhaps behind is Legend going to make it 2 cars in one go. The Ids loses position 2. No, he is not. Although that is a mistake through that corner, costing him a little bit of time. Not a lot of time though. Actually not doing it too badly in the end.
Yep, as Tango has gotten back past Hobbsy for P3. Still has that penalty though.
Yeah, he does have that to deal with, and unless that was caused by another driver forcing him off, he does have that to worry about come the end of the race. Although we know there's a chance of rain. If there's rain and no safety car, that can really spread out the field. That could be good news for Tango. Wait, see my luck right now summed up in that crash. We did catch it on the stream. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember whose fault it was, but if you want to have a look back, there is an alternate camera angle there for you to have a look at things. So Hobbsy on the back of Tango. These two have been trading places every lap down the main straight, though it seems too far to gain this time around. So here we go, coming down towards turn 1 and swapping positions behind. Ids overtaking Taupe here. And the gap closed, but the gap did not close enough. D-Mort's on his hard tyres. He's having a look, he's having a sniff. Not enough runs deep, dirty air. And Ids is way down the order. He's in the wall. What has happened to him? Front wing intact for the moment. There we go, the car coming into frame down in P11.
Oh, I do wonder what happened to Ids. But something I am noticing. I think D-Mort's has got a higher downforce setup, which I think means he's got a wet setup on, possibly.
Ooh, okay.
Affecting the rain.
What were the words that Strange used when he spoke to us? I think it was just was a chance of rain?
Yeah, I think so.
It said possible rain in race. Okay. So I don't know how possible is, but I do know it's possible there's about to be a leads change as Jet is right on the back of Kryko and not shifting up. That was interesting. I think Jet deliberately choosing to not overtake Kryko. Very strange there as a yellow flag, and that is a retirement.
Oh.
Is that... Did he crash into the pit wall? Because I don't think that was a pit lane. That's a safety car.
That's Jet! Jet's in the gravel!
Well, I don't think it was Jet that caused the safety car. I think Jet shot a bit wide.
No, but Jet, he went a bit wide and he lost a couple positions.
He's down to P5. It looked like Legend let him back through, but yet safety car has been brought out. Gives the drivers a chance to reset. But no, you actually Jet, where? Because he was battling all the way up in P1, wasn't he? P1, P2 there.
Yeah. As I think Jet had to give back the position to Legend, even though Legend let him back through. Game just being the game, I guess. But
yeah, strange one. So I suspect the medium runners will stick on a set of hards. Actually, if I were the hard runners, I'd stick on a set of mediums. Because if it does rain, they'll last you very nicely. Although if it doesn't rain, it's a risk. Either way, it's a decision all the drivers have got to make. Kryko is choosing to pit. Hobbsy is coming in. D-Mort's opting not to, as is Jet. Only those two so far. I think Strange. No, Strange does want to come in and change his tyres. Those at the back, Pan, I think...
Hobbsy's gone onto the inters.
That is a very early call. These back guys...
Oh, and Nosy.
Oh, Steiny picks up 5 seconds, speeding in the pit lane.
A lot of people are going onto the inters. Ooh.
This is interesting. So this could be very good for those who've gone on to... Actually, no, I just saw a speck of rain. I think this is a stroke of genius. It's a stroke of bravery, but I think this is going to work very well for them. Only the front two boys haven't gone onto a fresh set of tyres here. We can see raindrops starting to appear now.
But is it too early?
Well, there's a safety car.
Gone onto the inters, though.
As long as they don't overheat their tyres under safety car, if the rain picks up over these next 2 laps behind the safety car, because Farrell's so far behind, they might even have 3 laps behind the safety car. I think this might be a stroke of genius by half the field. I think those who decided to stay on dry tyres might be suffering come rain. We'll have to take an extra stop. The rain not too heavy just yet, but you can see it. Of course, those in Inter's going to be managing those tyres. They really don't want to push it. This does add the spice to the race that we were hoping for. 2 rounds to go. What have Taupe and Strange? Taupe on the Inters, Strange on the softs.
Yeah, very unlucky for it.
Yeah, weird. I didn't see that one. It's airing his frustrations in the paddock chat.
You might stay out, but who's that? Jet and Kryko have come in, probably going on to the inters now.
Yeah, well, I think that's the way to go. Strange also following suit.
Apologies, I'm just
who have we got? How many left on the dry tyres? It is just 4 of them now. But the thing is, if it stays not that wet, and everyone's on inters, then Tango will be laughing his head off as he's flying off into the distance on a fresh set of mediums. And at the moment, I don't think the rain is quite heavy enough to warrant being on the inters. The question is, will it be heavy enough by the time the safety car comes to a close? That's the important thing. So the rain that we were promised has happened. Right, I'm watching. It's just put his. Oh no!
What's he done?
So he was going into the pit lane, and as he was about to go in, he paused, and the game tried to turn him back onto the track.
Oh no!
And he just hit his front left on the pit wall, and the tyre broke. So it seems accidental. If that was a malicious safety car brought out, then you, sir, are a smarter man than me. But yeah, it's so unlucky there. The game not recognising he's in the pit lane, he's going into the pits and just deciding, I fancy a bit of pit wall me. So unfortunate for him. Only 14 drivers remain in this now slightly damp race. I feel like I'm in the UK already. Just hang on, Tango. Maybe it really is into weather. Right, where's Tango allowed to be here? P5. He's been losing 2 positions there to a little bit of a lawn mowing excursion. And hang on, Steiny's into the pits. What is Steiny doing?
Is he going for a fresh set of inters?
Well, I was wondering that. Maybe he's thinking.
He's on the hards.
No, hards.
He's serving a penalty and he's gone on to
the
hards.
Of course. He got a speeding in the pit lane penalty. Is it actually he is genuinely going on to hard tyres?
But why hard? It's inter weather, surely.
I think it's borderline. Well, we will see. I'm sure that Tango and Demorts will see. But maybe he was so far back he thought it's a risk worth taking. So safety car, I think, coming in this lap. It should be.
Yeah, it should
and then we will finally have our question answered. Is being on the inters the right call, or was it too early? And also, were those who did it earlier on, are they really worn through their tyres in this dry weather? I mean, now there's a little bit of water, it's going to be easier to cool down those tyres. But under racing speed, being on wet or into tyres when it's dry, it's going to tear through those tyres. The tyre wear massively high. They're not designed to operate at a hot temperature, those tyres, and they will suffer if that is the case. So I think we're now 5-10 seconds away from the safety car in this lap. coming up on screen. Yep, there we
My
go.
main question is at the moment, can Strange come back to win the championship, or will it go to next round, the finale?
Yeah, well, as a commentator, I want it to go to next round. I want Hope to have a good, strong race. If he can finish P3, that would be cracking. Because Hope finishes P3 and he's 2 points ahead of Strange going into the final. It is essentially the best man will win it in the end. As here we go, Demorts has gone, and now can he pull away from Hobbsy, or will Hobbsy be the one hunting down Demorts? Seems to have more traction here, burning a bit of ERS to get it done behind Taupe, already having a crack at Legend. As Tango, is he moving up or down the order? I am not sure. Ahead you can see the guys 2x2, Taupe going for the move, getting it to work in the end. At the moment the Inters do not seem to be any faster than the dry compounds. Tango past Legend up into P4. Demorts on his old hard tyres, bear in mind they're 12 laps old now, pulling away from Hobbsy on his fresh set of Inters. There's Tango going for another amazing move up the inside. Not a place he would overtake, but a place he can absolutely do because of the compounded tyres. Steiny now cheering that he went back onto the hard tyres when he served his 5-second stop-go penalty. Is Delano also moving up the field himself, and I think soon going to be doing the same again. Yeah, too early for the Inters, but the question is, by the time these boys do need to pit onto Inters, if they need to, is hello, Tango.
Another.
He would have cut that chicane, wouldn't he? So yeah, Delano moving up the order past Tigriff now. So at what point are these 4 drivers on the dry compound going to come onto the Inters, or are they going to be okay for the whole race? We'll see if anyone on the Inters pits for a dry compound. Doesn't seem too likely. I think they've committed to what they're doing. They have to stick to it now. As Delano looking for yet another move here up the inside of Legend. There's no way he can be outbroke. Yeah, now these guys in dries have the confidence. They are just pulling away. Tango going to be hunting down Demort soon. Steiny himself going to send a move on Strange here, unless Strange blocks him off, but he'll have the traction. I mean, he does have the advantage. There is just a horde of cars ahead. It's quite hard to work through a field of cars, even when you have this much more grip, because you just can't get past, especially with a man like Strange who can get overtakes done. There we go, Steiny alongside. It will just be now a game of traction, and the dries have more traction at the moment. Up into P12 for Steiny, side by side up ahead here. Nolsey winning that one out over Jet. As, ooh, what has happened? Ooh, hello. Bit of contact there between Steiny and Kryko. Strange getting past the both of them. Steiny building more heat into his tyres. Delano is now up into P3, and Tango has got past Demorts. And you know what we said about how rain might spread out the field and help Tango out, so his penalty means less. Have a guess what's happening up the front of the field? As, oh my goodness, Steiny braking late and DRS enabled. That's a sign that the Inter drivers have made a mistake here. If it gets disabled, then the dry guys will consider going for a pit. But at the moment, Kryko really squeezing Steiny here, not wanting him to take the inside, and I think a futile defence given where the tyres are at the moment. Steiny up into P12, now going to be hunting down the next pack of people. Has been struggling a little bit, but up ahead, what is going on here? Pan a bit of a weak overtake. Is Strange pulls the outside. Nolsey looking for the move as well. Brakes late, and oh my goodness, what a defence. There's the Ferrari losing traction, and Steiny again getting caught up in an incident. The pace difference causing problems for him here. He can get past these drivers, it's getting past them safely that seems to be the issue here. His tyre probably got a few scratches. Sorry, his car probably got a few scratches to the paint job at the moment as Jet picks up 3 seconds. Is that his second 3 seconds?
No,
oh, Tango is 6 seconds. Sorry, Tango is yeah. Azul, hello. Goes wide there, does Pangri. And we'll stick on board with Steiny as he hunts his next victim down.
Let's see.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Oh, well, yeah. 5 seconds between Taupe and Delano. Those 3 front runners on the dries. Demorts is losing a bit of ground to the other 2, but he's still gaining ground over the boys on the dry tyres. Legend pitting, Pangri pitting. Pangri speeding in the pit lane actually.
Yeah,
Wonder if he'll be retiring.
Legend and Pang both getting the 5 seconds penalties.
Yeah, Steiny here's just so much quicker, but he can't get his car in a place to go for an overtake. As here we go, yeah, we'll have it here now. Now he's got the place to overtake. He'll brake later and he'll be sweeping up the inside. Not even contested, but it's getting past. It's Legend and Pangri both going onto dry compound. Steiny showing the grass there, and that's going to stop him from going for the overtake. Is his exit better? Though it does seem to be the case. How much is Jet going to defend? Jet, we've seen some hard defence. We've seen some lesser defence from him as well. In the end, decides it's not worth contesting too much. This is not my battle.
I'm surprised that as Danny getting really close to Tigris there.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of contact, but I'm surprised that it's not rained enough yet, like for the track to be wet.
I think the rain
really
being light. Yes, Steiny now up to P5. I think these guys need to pit, honestly. I think where Strange is, he needs to commit to pitting now, stick on a set of mediums and just go to the end from there. Well, Taupe seems to have done that job. Legend has got a speed in the pit lane. I'll check, it was just him, yeah. So yeah, Steiny is now up into P4. Right, so where does Taupe come out on track? Is he behind, who was it pit last lap? Legend and Pan, and do you know what? I think he is.
Here comes Legend.
Here's Legend. Yeah, there goes Taupe. So those who've already pit at the advantage, pitting early has worked out for them here. The undercut in a different manner, and those 4 drivers left on the inters, all of a sudden, are going to be the ones suffering. It's Delano on his fresher hard tyres. It was, yeah, D-Mort's actually running a little wide there. Partly tyre age, partly the track isn't completely dry. Looking for the inside, not going to happen there. You're better setting up a good move down the main straight. DRS, after all, is still enabled.
These greasy conditions, the greasy track will not be helping D-Mort's tyres at all, but the tyre wear and age just slipping as Delano.
I think this might be Delano's to win. Given the tyres he's on, Tango's 6-second time penalty, and the sheer time gap he has to the other drivers behind him, I think it might be Delano's to win.
Or do you mean Delano's to lose?
Well, yeah. I mean, he has ample opportunity to throw it away, but I think at the moment he's likely to be the winner, as Legend passing more people who are pitting too late now. Strange committing to these inter tyres. And I wonder if he's wanting to go onto softs at the end, or just hoping the rain gets heavier.
It looks like it's lightened a little bit, the rain.
It doesn't feel like it has, it just feels like it wasn't ever all that heavy. Oh, hello. Commentator's curse coming into play. That is still 3 seconds less than Tango has up top. Legend and Pan down 8 and 9, both with a 5-second stop go. But they will serve in the pits if they pit, and will be given at the end if not. Right, so here we go.
Will Strange come in, or is he committing?
It feels too late now to come in.
Because Hobbsy's coming in.
Yeah, Hobbsy is. Nolsey staying out. Just 2 drivers left. Being stubborn, not going to pit. I mean, it is still slower than dry.
Like, yeah, look how much time Strange has lost to Steiny though. He's lost 6 seconds to the Aston Martin driver. It's insane.
Yeah, it's Pan getting passed by not just Taupe but also Tigriff there. Hobbsy coming out on track. Yeah, in last. I mean, maybe it is too late. Maybe they do have to commit to it now. But the rate at which Legend is closing in on Nolsey, and with so many laps left to go as well. But all we can say, the front four boys, pretty safe in this situation. Obviously, Demorts still needs to do a stop somewhere down the line. And actually, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't already gone on to a set of mediums. Maybe he's thinking if the rain gets heavier later on, I'll be in prime time to do a one stop, hard to enter. Meanwhile, others are putting 4 stops or 5 stops or whatever they've gone for. Actually, let's have a look at the number of stops that everyone has gone for so far. Yeah, we've got 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 stops going on throughout the field. Farrell, our only 4 stop, had a little front wing replacement. Yeah, I didn't see what lap time the two guys on Inters got, but I think you are looking at about 5 seconds a lap. No, surely not that much. I must have misdone my numbers.
Maybe only 2. I think only 2 seconds would make sense. 2.5 maybe. As Hobbsy's gone past Farrell. But
there's 3-way battle here. Taupe, T-Groove, Pan. I think Taupe will be kicking himself for not coming in earlier. And he'll definitely want to catch Strange here. I don't know how long the Inters will last in these conditions. I can't see them going to the end of the race. I think Demorts, Strange and Nolsey are all due pit stops somewhere down the line. Front 2 should just about be okay. Steiny will be okay. No, it is about 5 seconds a lap. Or at least over 3 seconds a lap. Because Legend now 1.3 seconds behind Nolsey, who admittedly is losing a lot of time to Strange. Strange does seem to be the faster of the two of them, as Nolsey comes into the pits and thinks, yeah, this isn't worth it. I tried, I failed.
Yeah. And then there was only one on the intros. But he's caught off a little bit this time, weirdly enough. I think last time I saw the gap was about 8 seconds. So whether Steiny's made a mistake or it is getting wetter.
Remains to be seen. We'll watch the gap in front of and behind. Keeping an eye on that. What is that? 7.2 behind 9.4 the other way. I mean, maybe Strange really is doing the right thing by committing to it.
Yeah,
though having said that, 7.2 and 9.4, each of those times have gone against his favour. He's lost 4/10 one way, 5 or 6 the other. That time gap is just opening up more and more. Ooh, nearly fell off a chair. Let's not do that.
That's Strange. He's coming in to the pits. Where will he fall down to is the question.
Yeah, I think. Right, he's onto a fresh set of mediums. Well, he's got to be going to last. Unless Nolsey's made... Actually, I think Nolsey has made a big mistake somewhere. Or has he? No, Nolsey pit last lap. I think he's still ahead of Nolsey. We've got a mistake further up by Pan on the hard tyres. Struggling now, lost a bit of heat. So yeah, Strange come out P13, no points due for him. Currently race finishing as it is. The championship gap comes down to just 6 seconds. Although, having said that, Legend's 8-second penalty will mean it is actually only... Give me a sec, I've got to run number things. Only 4 points between the top two. So Taupe due to get 14 points at the moment. That gap 18 points at current. Though Strange and fresh tyres in P13 is not going to last forever. As Tango's pitting.
He's gone on to the soft, same with Demorts.
No, he's gone to another set of mediums. Demorts needed to pit because he hadn't even done a pit stop yet. He's on a no stop. Maybe Tango just wants the clean air. We'll see where he comes out.
As Demorts has also gone on to the mediums. I thought softs would have been fine to go on to. I guess not.
Yeah, well, I mean, it very much makes sense of Demorts as the man needed to pit. Tango, I'm a little bit more confused about. So Demort's coming out in P9, should be able to hold on to that. Hobbsy not close enough. Tango
Ooh.
P4.
Jets had a little bit of a mistake in Tamburello.
Missed that one.
Yeah, and Delano is now in the lead by a healthy gap of 9 seconds.
Yeah. Now 3 seconds of time penalty currently with the Red Bull man. You've got a Tango with 6 seconds of time penalty as we're currently watching from the helicopter, or the imaginary helicopter, who is going to be fast because he's on fresh mediums, and his name's Tango. Both of which contribute to pace that I'm not sure many others will be able to match at the moment, given their circumstances.
But,
I want the last 3 laps, just the heavens to open and the heaviest rain we've seen pour down. Imagine the chaos that would create. As here we go, yep, Tango, superior grip, ERS, DRS. That is sending it down the inside here. Nothing Legend can do. Look at that overspeed. Haven't even got near the first corner yet, and he's already got a 3/10 advantage.
yeah,
See that grip difference, that
coming into
confidence. Look at that. It's just, he's simply faster.
Yep, very nice from Tango. But I was going to say, one Red Bull is currently leading, and one just outside the top 10. It kind of reminds me of real life.
You hurt Perez.
Hold on. Does it look like the track's getting more wetter?
It does look a little bit, maybe not more wet, but certainly grease picking up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more greasy.
You can kind of feel the drivers. I mean, you listen to the revs, it sounds a little bit more tentative here on board with T-Griff. T-Griff, a man who knows what he's doing. To be fair, all of these drivers know what they're doing. Some of them going to have more experience than others, some of them a bit more pace than others. But none of them incompetent by any means. So what do we have? How many laps left on the clock? Just starting lap 25 now, so 8 laps remaining, including this one. It's T-Griff looking at the back of Taupe. Taupe wants the strongest position he can get, and you know what, actually Taupe is looking pretty good. As Hobbsy mediums, sorry, inters, not mediums.
Oh. And it does look like the drivers are struggling a bit more.
Yeah, so actually, current finishing positions, Taupe will finish P3, Strange will finish P10,
Farrell's coming
which,
as well.
yeah, more drivers sticking the inters on. Right, if Strange plays this right, he could be in a lot stronger position championship wise. If he plays this wrong, he could be looking at losing the championship for at lead, and there being a very close battle going into Interlagos. His current finishing positions, it is Taupe P3, Strange P10, and that is a 2-point advantage for Strange. More penalties picked up for Hobbsy. In fact, no, first penalties picked up for Hobbsy. As Delano into the pits onto Inters. DRS though is still enabled, which is usually the giveaway. But we can see that moisture start to pick up on the outside off the racing line, and drivers, yeah, there we go, now you come into the dry bit. So where is he going to defend? You defend the inside, you're on the wet a bit. Does stay with the racing line, and that is T-Griff past Taupe up into P4. Very nicely done by those two, kept it respectful. And T-Griff immediately going wide and picking up 3 seconds with that warning. And hang on, D-Morts is behind. I hadn't even noticed that until I looked at the interval. D-Morts having a little sniff.
Yeah. As I believe, Steiny is in the lead of the race for the first time this season.
Quite possibly. Sector 2, that is a span.
Oh, fuck.
Steiny!
Commentary curse.
Try not to swear. But yeah, commentators coming in very, very heavily. Steiny was indeed leading his first.
Wait, what do you mean swearing? I was saying fudge.
Oh, okay, I misheard.
Yeah, definitely.
You're a professional.
Yeah,
Professionals of standards. Right, as here we go. Yeah, these guys are on dry compounds really struggling. Strange did pit last lap. Yeah, I mean, look at the track. Tango in, Stein will be coming in soon. They'll certainly be kicking himself after what he just did. Anyone not coming into the pits? D-Morts is a mad lad. That man is allergic to inters. He is probably now the only driver to not use inters. For the record, D-Morts is still going for the one stop. To show you everyone else's strategies. I'm not sure anyone else has done... What have we got? Oh, okay, right. T-Griff is still only on the two stop. Oh, hello. Hobbsy doing funny business. I don't know why he's pretending to go into the pits, but yeah, right, so hang on. Where's Tope come out on track compared to Strange? He's ahead of him, but he has had slightly... Oh, hello. There's a car there, as Hobbsy sends it up the inside into P8. Now the other Ferrari behind. Knowlesy on the mediums, but is still looking good. Jet, more time penalties for that man. 9 seconds now.
As Delano has technically the lead, technically. Provisional P1.
How's penalties looking? Okay, only 3 seconds for Delano. 6 for Tango. Crikey looking pretty clear, but he's a long way back.
The interesting thing is, how has he got 14 seconds, or 13.5 seconds now, to Tango?
It's just better strategy, I think, so far, as Tope and Hobbsy battling away here. Getting very, very close. Just Pan down in last, picking up some time penalties. Knowlesy's not really losing to these guys. I think those of them who know what they're doing, who are still on the dries, honestly aren't faring too badly. If you can keep it pointing in the straight line, you've still got DRS working for you, you've still got your track position. I think D-Morts is going to pull off a one-stop while everyone else is busy panicking.
Yeah. Which would be very impressive.
Which would be very impressive.
Since he's not used a pair of enters once this race.
He's not. He's gone hard to medium, which is the normal strategy. That is the dry strategy.
Yeah.
But, well, I did ask for the heavens to open in the last few laps. It kind of seems that's happened, but not completely yet. Delano has closed down to T-Griff. He is now on the back of him, but T-Griff is losing time to D-Morts. D-Morts just more comfortable in these conditions, it seems. As Legend getting past Knowlesy down in P10. There is certainly an advantage. I would say the Inters are the faster tyre, but I mean they can only go so fast. That, what, 4.5, 5 second lead D-Morts has over Delano. That is an awful lot. And with just 4 laps to go, he needs a second a lap and a bit more to get the pass done. There we go, up into P2 goes that man. But what was it, 3 seconds of time penalties? I think D-Morts is going to win this. I really, really do. Farrell picking up.
Shout.
So what have we got? Tope P8, Strange P12. The two championship boys are in shambles as Legend roars up the inside of Hobbsy.
Very easy move from Legend there.
Yes, oh hello Hobbsy, having a little moment. Not enough to lose him in position, but enough this teammate can close up to the back of him a little bit more. So how much is this gap coming down between the top two? Well, I guess I'll have a look at their lap times come the end of the lap. But D-Morts is doing a magnificent job here. Steiny, more time penalties. The wet conditions making it even worse. There's already multiple places at this track where you just find yourself stepping over the curb. Made even worse by these conditions. But you can see, looking back there, where is that Red Bull? There it is. D-Morts to the line, a 24.7. Delano, 23.4, so 1.3 seconds a lap. That is enough to catch him. Might be enough to overtake, but with that time penalty, we're looking at a one-stop win here. In these wet conditions, the hard medium is still king.
Very interesting race.
It's Strange on the back of Nolsey. Nolsey still on those mediums, but honestly they're not that much slower. Strange shown the outsides, DRS disabled. Okay, that is what the boys and dries did not want to see. And Strange up through into P11, not much Hobbs he could do, really struggling for traction there. Tyre temperatures just weren't there for him. So how is this gap doing? 57.1 first 2 sectors, 56.5. D-Morts is a machine.
Yeah.
There we go, I was on board with Jet for picking up that penalty. Went wide into there, having a little moment on the exit. Luckily there's a bit of curb there to support him, as Strange and Hobbsy having a fight. Strange now up into P10. Tope showing no sign of progress other than what he's going to get post-race from penalties. Once everyone's kicked in, Tope after all is within 12 seconds of Jet. And within 6 seconds of Steiner. Oh, hello. Is Jet actually getting past Kryko? Jet, I mean, he really is a jet when it comes to raw pace. He is one of our fastest in Tier 2. He just can't have a clean race. Be that going off track or getting involved in a bit of bumping and scraping, the stewards want to have a little look at. But that gap now to the lead, 1.6 seconds, 1.5 laps to go. Even if the on-track overtake is made, which I'm sure Delano is really going to try and do, even if it puts at risk himself to behind. The drivers, they always want it on track, even if it won't make a difference come penalties. Pan speeding the pit lane, yeah, retirement, no surprise there. Down in P14, that far back. Okay, so how close is Delano gonna become the main overtaking opportunity? More penalties throughout the field. Just remember that Nolsey, D-Morts and T-Griff are our medium runners. I don't think this is enough. I mean, there's a lot of penalties, but D-Morts, what a drive. This is not enough. Oh, he is closing though. He's closing, but I think he can defend this. Just has to, yeah, perfectly parks his car there. He might get through, but can he hold him off long enough? Yeah, look at this brilliant defending by D-Morts. Such cheeky placement of his car, parking it splat in the middle of the track. No room for Delano to get through. So we've had an overtake behind for P3, but still D-Morts holds the on-track lead. Some very nice driving by the Williams man. And Delano not going to want to push too much. I mean, based on penalties, he's okay for the moment. He does not want to have a spin, though. He wants to get that P2, and he's unlikely to get that P1 unless D-Morts has something up with his car. Going a little early, though, in the corner. Losing time on the exit, having a little wiggle. And I think D-Morts has just pulled the most amazing moment of the season. If he can hold this off through this last sector, the final two left-handers going to the inside, and there we go again. Beautiful defending. Can he maintain it through these last two corners? Can the Williams, the man who did not touch the Inters in the wet race, can he hold on to the lead on track down to the line? And there we go. What a brilliant drive by D-Morts. The harder medium in a wet race. Tango P3. T-Griff coming across the line in P4. Jet P5 across the line. He's going to plummet down the order come the end of this. Steiny all changing positions. I think Tope will be up to P5. Yes, he is. That'll be good for his championship hopes. Strange up to P8. Then Nolsey was the last man to pick up points. But, oh, hello. Felt like hugging the wall, but look at that. The one-stop one. Everyone else 2 stops, 3 stops, 4 stops, even a couple 5 stops further down. But D-Morts, the hard medium, still winning the race in the end. What a drive. Oh, hello, Farrell's having a little spin. What a drive that man. There we go, doing a little burnout across the line. Goes the Aston Martin of Farrell, who will be P13. Not pick up any points. Look at that race name. Formula 1 Qatar Airways Gran Primo. hang on, it's vanished. Gran Primo del Made in Italy dell'Emilio Romagna 2023. I think I'll stick to the Imola Grand Prix.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right, let's get the drivers in for an interview. I want to speak to that man, D-Mods.
Yep. I'll get him added.
Yeah, perfect. Who were the other two on the podium? I'm completely blanking. I'm too amazed by what happened with D-Mods. Right, Delano and Tango. Here we go, the podium, the very well deserved for D-Morts. D-Morts unable to come for the interview.
Well, I've added everyone, I think.
So yeah, D-Morts not able to join the interview. The others have both said, well, given a thumbs up.
I've added them, I think. I hope.
You hope.
I hope.
But yeah, crazy race there. We had the rain we wanted. We had the drama. Championship-wise, Taupe P5, Strange P8 is here. We go. Delano has joined us in the party. The man hunting down D-Morts for not able to catch him. How did you find the end of that race there?
Eventful.
Honestly,
yeah. Yeah, eventful. That's all I'm going to say, to be quite frankly. So, yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, we were on board with you for that last lap, watching what was going on. Some beautiful defending by D-Morts. Had his car in exactly the right place, just to probably frustrate you to a pretty extreme degree. But yeah, I mean...
What do you call it? His defending was very good on the day. It's like, what do you call it? I could not get past him. Like, I tried everything when he's on slicks, but yeah, what do you call it? It's win. Fair play to him. That's all I'm going to say.
And then also we have had Tango join us. Tango, been a little while since I think you've been on the podium, unless I am mistaken. You were P4 last week. I can't remember if you came to the interview or not, because it was all funny with the order changing. But how did you find that race? Of course, everyone going to the inters, going back to the dries.
Probably just wrong decisions cost me the win. It was just kind of like going on crossover periods at the end, and actually looking back, I probably could have won that by about 10 seconds if I'd have chosen the right strategies. But, but I didn't, so I was happy to get P3. I didn't really expect that. I did compare myself to Stevie Wonder earlier, so Stevie was the crowd for me.
Well, yeah, you had a good qualifying session towards the end of it. I can't remember where you qualified in the end. The thing didn't show up for me in the end, but certainly not as high as P3, but not as bad as P17. Yeah, I mean, I think any driver could have got the win if they'd done the perfect strategy there. D-Morts opted for the hard medium, which I don't think anyone else was expecting to work so well, especially once you saw that DRS disabled towards the end. Did you consider not going on to the inters, or was it kind of a you've got to do it, you just can't trust the tyres to last? Aimed at both of you, but Delano first. Oh, can't hear you if you're talking, Delano.
I have my mic on mute, my goodness me.
Okay, right.
What was the question? No.
Basically, did you consider going for a one-stop, same as D-Morts, or was it just the track was not going to work with that?
What do you call it? It's either way you could say, to be quite frankly, when the safety car comes out and it starts to rain, it's still literally bone dry. I waited till next few laps, it's like bone dry till it fully enters, and nice enters, and yeah, in hindsight, I could have stayed out, just fend off the Mort, but oh well, it took the safe option, which is cost me.
Yeah, and then, I mean, well, similar Tango, were you one of the people who pitted under the initial safety car?
I pitted for a set of mediums, but I think when you got to that point of where I was going to pit again, I wouldn't have had the luxury to go to the end. I don't think they would have been like driving on sheet ice. I think I would have done what Steiny did and just spun. I don't think it was ever a case of me attempting to run stuff. I think it was always a case of either doing a double medium till the end or just putting on the inters when it did get wet enough, which it does on this game, but it takes about 10 laps now, so they've overcorrected all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think, where do you finish? P3, you get 20 points for that. Are you, hang on, championship wise, no, you're not quite in it. You are now knocked out. You're no longer mathematically able to get to win the championship. So it is going to be a 2-horse race come next week at Interlagos, which, speaking of which, Tango, I'll start with you. Opinions on Interlagos?
Not raced on it much this year. Well, I haven't raced on it at all. We'll see how it goes. In this league, my race seems to be a lot stronger than my qualifying, so just try and be there in the race and take any opportunities that come my way, but I don't know what pace is going to be like. I could be like today in qualifying what I thought, or I could be like Abu Dhabi. We'll see.
Yeah, and then Delano, how about you with Interlagos? Good track for you, bad track?
It's hit and miss, honestly, to be quite frankly, with the races, to be quite frankly. Haven't tried it on this game as of yet, so let's see how it pans out.
Yeah. Actually, I realised, because the thing didn't show up, I have not done a rundown of the order, so I'll quickly talk through the final order and then we'll bring the stream to an end. So obviously D-Mort's had the win in the end. In here with me, Delano and Tango was second and third, Tigriff fourth, Taupe fifth, sixth was Tango, Steiny 7, 8 was Strange with a 4 stop, Jet 9 with his boatload of penalties that moved him down, Legend was 10th, Hobbsy and Nolsey 11th and 12th, picking up the last points, and then Farrell doing his little burnouts across the line to finish off from P13. The rest, we had 3 DNFs and 1 retirement in the pits, but until next week for the finale, which I actually ought to work out how many points that is going to be between them. Taupe gained 14, Strange gained 8, so yeah, 12-point gap between the top two going into the final round. Very much in Strange's favour, but could go either way. But from me and Jack, it's goodbye until next week.